What if the thing standing between you and your next step isn't fear? It isn't timing, and it's not your circumstances. It's that you're still waiting for something outside of you to say, okay. There's something that tends to happen after you stop fighting where you are, after the resistance softens, and after you finally just let the moment be. Things get quiet. And a lot of us in that quiet think that we're stuck, but you're not stuck. You're waiting. Just not dramatically, not even consciously waiting, just waiting for something to tell you that you can, that you're ready, for signs of readiness, for more clarity, a feeling, just something outside of you to confirm what's already moving inside of you. That's where self-permission lives. Not as confidence, not as boldness, not as having it all figured out. It's just the moment for you to decide to stop waiting on authorization that was never going to come. And I want to be clear. Self permission, it isn't reckless. It's not impulsive. It's not just go do whatever. It's a recognition. It's a quiet recognition that insight without movement eventually becomes its own kind of hiding. So I'm not here tonight to push you. I'm not here to hype you up. I just want to sit with you for a bit and just offer a few honest questions to ask of yourself. And just notice where it stirs you and how it makes you feel. So just take a breath and gently ask yourself, what am I actually waiting for before I allow myself to move? Not what sounds good, not what sounds reasonable, what's actually true. Is it more certainty, a feeling of readiness, somebody to say, okay, you ready now? Just notice it. No judgment. Because what keeps most of us still in the same spot is not fear exactly. It's the belief that we need something outside of us to make it okay to go forward, to give us a sign to move ahead. Now sit with this one. If readiness isn't something you feel first, but something you build on by moving, what does that do with your hesitation? You don't have to answer it to me, but just let it kind of roll around in your head for a little bit. And just a little bit realer, tougher, just a little bit. Because most of us, we're not blocked by not knowing enough. We are blocked because of an internal veto, something inside of us, a voice inside of us that sounds so reasonable, so responsible, and so protective. And you got to ask yourself, is that voice helping me prepare or is it helping me delay? Because there's a difference, and you know the difference. And also, this one too. What am I calling patience that might actually be avoidance? No blame, just honesty. Because avoidance doesn't always look like fear. Sometimes it looks like being very, very thoughtful. And self-permission isn't about doing everything at once. It's about one honest step. So ask yourself, if I trusted my own judgment just enough, what would my next step actually be? Not the whole plan, not the final version, just the next true step, the next true thing. And notice how your body feels about that, how your body responds to that. Does it get tense and tighten up, or does it kind of relax and soften into that next step? Does it quietly light up and feel excited, feel a bit of anticipation? Because that's not anxiety, that's information. And then, okay, last question. The ones that kind of hits us a little bit harder, kind of goes a little deeper, and it's, if nothing outside of me changed, no permission was given, never arrived, no one weighed in, what would I still choose? Again, there's no announcement needed. There's no explanation that's required. Just you. Just you authorizing yourself. That's it. That's the whole thing. It's quiet, it's decisive and grounded because allowance helped you stop fighting for your life. And self permission is what you do with the energy that frees up. You don't have to rush it. You don't have to do it all right now. You don't have to do it all tonight. But when you're ready, and you might have to be more ready than you're letting yourself believe that you are, give yourself permission to take the next honest step. Not because there isn't any fear, not because you're fearless, but because you're done waiting to be told that you actually can. And sometimes, even after we've given ourselves permission, we find ourselves still hesitating. And, not because we're waiting anymore, but because somewhere inside of us, we're still loyal to an older version of ourselves, one that doesn't believe it's possible. And that's where we'll go next. So stay with yourself here and keep traveling.